Us all through the process of entering the portal, when you knew it was gonna be Florida State. Did you know it was gonna be Florida State? Did you have an inkling even before you got in the portal, that's where you wanted to go? How did that all play out?
So me and my dad, I went home for Christmas break. Me and my dad were just talking about how the season went, how I've grown, how like playing time I had, and just overall experience I had at LSU. And then we just both came to the decision that it's probably best for me to leave, transfer, and pretty much after the Wisconsin game, I wasn't really sure, but then after that game, I was like, yes, I think it's best for me to transfer and start new, start over, and help another team win the national championship.
Let's go to Jordan. Marshak over there.
Kind of following up on that, how much of the game last year when LSU played Florida State could you learn about the program? What was that atmosphere like? What was the fan base like in the roster that you saw from Coach Norvell?
At the game last year, all you really seen from out of Florida State was fight. Like, they never gave up, they never stopped. And the first half was neck and neck. Like, we're going back and forth, touchdown after touchdown, big play after big play. So, and they just never backed down. And then the second half came around and they just put their foot on the gas and just took off. So, like, just shows how much hard work they put in and how together they was, that even though the game was tight at the beginning, they never folded. They just stayed together and just pushed through.
Essen?
Yeah, I mean, going back, why was Florida State your choice? You know, what stood out about Florida State when you, you mentioned they stuck together, but like, what stood out to you when in the process to pick Florida State?
Really, my family, we just took it back to recruiting. Florida State was always high on me on recruiting, and it's just my home state. When I entered the portal, I knew I wanted to come back to Florida, and Florida State was like in my top schools when I was coming out of high school, so it was no brainer that I was coming to Florida State.
Chris?
Speaking of your high school recruitment, can you talk a bit about Coach Dugan's, Coach Norvell, how they recruited you, even though they knew in that first process they might come up short, how they were constantly in, how that paid off the second time around?
Just how they were always in contact in my recruitment. Phone calls every week, checkups. Even when I came on visits, it was always a great atmosphere, always positive energy. And it was always more than just football when I came to Florida State. It was always just me as a person, just coming in and enjoying myself and just having fun with the coaching staff, with Coach Norvell and Coach Dugan, just building the trust. That's pretty much was the main thing.
Kurt Wiley?
How's it going, Jalen? To the Florida State fans, how would you describe your skill set, what you really think you do well as a wide receiver, and how do you think that fits in Florida State's offense?
I would say everybody knows I'm a pretty fast player, but I say I'm really versatile. I can play slide, I can play wide out. I can do pretty much anything that the coaches ask for me. And I just pretty much, I could take the top off the defense. I could turn a short gain into a short pass into a long gain. Big play ability.
Corey?
So staying on that subject, last year obviously they had a very good team and a good offense, but Keon and Johnny weren't exactly those kind of guys that took the top off the defense. I think you, Malik, there are some other guys now in this offense that can really run. Have they talked to you about that? Did the coaches say, look, you're going to give us an element that maybe we haven't had? This is how we envision your role this year with this offense?
Right now, the coaches really want us to focus on like workouts and like connecting and bonding with the team, learning the playbook, and just overall just team bonding at the end of the day. Just getting to know each other. And once football starts, I feel like that's when they're gonna start saying like what they need from us and like what they want for the team this year.
Go Aslan, back right.
Jalen, did you have to like be re-recruited by the staff when you did enter the portal, or for you was it just kind of like whatever you guys wanted when I was in high school, that still applies to that school? Or did you need to hear some new stuff about plans and then how you would fit?
I didn't really have to hear anything new. Florida State's always been high for me. Coming out of high school and while I was entering the transfer portal, so I didn't really have to hear anything new.
Jordan?
You played on a team last year with some really great receivers. What did you take from guys like Malik Nevers, Brian Thomas, names like that?
I took a lot from Malik and Brian. They are two amazing players, two high-profile players. Like Malik helped me with my route running. Brian Thomas helped me get better at checking the ball, high pointing the ball, just everything, just tweaks to my game, little tweaks that help me become a better player.
Chris?
What has tour of duty been like, and also how much have you been able to play pass and catch with quarterbacks here?
Tour duty it's not for the weak. Tour duty it really shows who will see the like separates the boys from the men. Tour duty is hard to explain tour duty, to be honest.
Go Kurt up front.
I think with 5 new wide receivers here in January, you and Malik, and then the 3 freshmen, I guess, how are y'all, the 5 of you who are new, I guess, here, able to help each other with the playbook studying, kind of learning? I'm sure you all have visions of playing this year in some fashion.
We all sit together and study the playbook. To be honest, right now it's not really a competition. Right now, we want the best for everybody at this point. We want everybody to know as many positions as possible, to be as versatile as possible. When it comes down to football, that's where we'll start competing, but right now we just want everybody to get the playbook and succeed.
Corey?
When you're at your position, obviously the guy throwing the ball is important. How encouraging, refreshing, whatever the word is, when you saw that DJ was gonna be the quarterback here, how much does that, kind of validate your decision to come here knowing you're gonna have a veteran like that?
It's always good to play with a veteran. Too bad it's gonna be 1 year with DJ, but I was very excited to play with DJ. I watched him at Clemson, a little bit at Oregon State. He's a very good quarterback. He throws the deep ball well. He can also tuck the ball down and run it down the field and make a big play. So DJ was, after DJ committed, I was like, okay, I'm good with Florida State.
Matt?
You didn't really even visit Florida State after you entered the portal, and you still decided to come here. How much does that speak to your previous relationships with the staff?
Me and my family felt like I didn't have to visit Florida State because coming out of high school, I was pretty much in Tallahassee almost every weekend, talking to the coaches, talking to the players. I know players from back home who plays on the Florida State team. We all kept in contact over all the years, so me and my family didn't feel like visiting Florida State was necessary. I didn't take any visits coming out the transfer portal.
Aslan?
You're a young man, but do you feel like rejuvenated at all? Like a change of scenery being here in Tallahassee? Do you have like a newfound love for the game or teammates or anything like that?
Yeah, it's always a weight off your shoulders when you're coming from a situation and then coming into a new situation. I always felt at ease at Florida State. It's just how it's always been, so yeah.
Anything else for Jalen? Let's go to Corey, last one.
How much did it matter? Obviously Florida State was good when they were recruiting you. They were coming off a 10-win season. You could see it building. But watching what they did to your old team, like how much did that, again, give you encouragement that, okay, this guy really can coach. These guys really are good. This is one of the best programs in the country.
Just seeing that the season they had this year and the productivity from the receiver core they had last year just shows how Florida State is on the rise. Like, Coach Norvell is really doing an amazing thing here, and I just wanted to be a part of it.
Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jalen.